And we are live. Bula Nwaya, and welcome once again. Tifui Pumua is back tonight from 6:30 p.m. Fiji time and I believe 11 p.m. PST time, 11:30 p.m. Alaskan time. Wherever you're watching us from, we welcome you here. Noa e Mori, si Hansisinga, Makonohonga, along the Pungte, for making time to hear us and for coming back once again. We are thankful that you are here. We are even more excited tonight that we have another sister here joining us to share our stories and the topic that we have here for you. So we welcome you once again, Noaya. Ma Amis Lakamat Elang Nepengte will be speaking mostly in English because we have our dear sister here, and so we wanted to be to bring clarity to all of you who are our viewers tonight, and for those of you who have been following us, who are just interested to hear more, because we come back with more to for you to learn. And tonight um, is uh, is something that we look forward to as well, because we know that you have been waiting, that you are here because you're excited to hear what we have to share. And so tonight's theme is the digital world isn't going away. The digital world isn't going away. And so before we dive into that, I just want to talk about some questions. We have started something new here. It's been 2 weeks ago, answering certain questions that have been asked commonly in our business, in our digital business, where each and every one of us have started. Some of us have started 2 years ago, months, a year, but we have all learned to understand, and we want to share with you. Before we even dive into the topic and our parts in here, I just want to share about common questions that we've been asked. And here's something that I want to share this evening. It's just, I think I will be sharing about unlearning certain things, because a lot of times we assume we some of us have been hurt through investing in the online space, and they and so there's always this question, like, how is this how is this business different from any other online business? And because that question is asked from many who have done online business before, who have been scammed, who have been promised a lot of things, and yet they did not fulfill it because it was all a scam. And so the question here is this a real business? Is this something that is legitimate? And so my answer to that is, how we know it is legitimate is because we register our business. We receive, for those of us who are in the US, we receive a 1099 form that we submit, in our taxes every year. For in Canada, they have a different form that they are given to submit during their taxes, and it's different from whatever country you are in. And so that is one thing. The first thing that we can tell you that it's a legitimate business. The second thing is, we are here in person. We are not messaging you, cold messaging you with a fake profile. We are here in person to share with you that there is that in this business community, we get the support from even those who are successful. You get to meet them, you get to talk to them, whether in Zoom, whether in meetings, and you learn from them. And it's not like, businesses that are like the MLM or the what's the other one, the pyramid scheme, where the top people don't even care about the ones. All they know is recruit, and they get the crop of everything. In this business, even those that are millionaires, even those that are earning so much more, they give their time, they share their strategies, we learn from it, and we grow. And the more we learn, the more we share. That is a community that helps each other grow. That is another thing, the people in the business, the support that we get. The other thing is we get a high, top training that helps us kickstart our business. Where in the world do we get training to that you don't have to pay, that costs thousands of dollars to pay to kickstart, to start your website, to start your business? This is something that we have learned. The training, it's really simple enough for us to understand and start our business. And we have been told by those that that have run different businesses that you have to pay for all these things, and we didn't have to. We just paid the registration, and we did our investment based on the financial state we are in, how much we can invest, and then you work on it. Because as you learn, you apply it in your business, and then it grows according to how much effort you put in it. You're not forced to do anything beyond your pace. We all have the same training. You learn, and then you apply it. And so that is one thing that I want to share here and answer a question as to, you know what, that this is a business that we know anyone can do it. And everyone has gone through the learning stage, just like each and every one of us. If you are a working parent, when you start new in your job, you got to learn everything. And as frustrating as it is, learning new things, starting new, as excited as you are, we still have to learn it. Because why? We want it. We want the job just as we have the business. This is something we know that is working for us. We started a job that we know will give us the paycheck so that we can take care of ourselves. The same thing as in a business like this. And so that is, an example of, why we think, why when people ask us that, if this business is real, if this business is something that they can do. So that's just my short answer to it. It could be, it may have sounded long, but yeah, that is my Q&A for to start off our Go Live. Once again, I'll go back to our topic here today. There's 5 of us sisters here, and the topic is the digital world isn't going anywhere. It's here. It's already here. So, without further ado, actually, I'm going to start by introducing myself. My name is Meipa. Um, I married to a Lawan gentleman. I was raised in Fiji, Vatukola, grew up there, went to school, Lotoka, and then tertiary, and met my husband. I have 5 children. Sorry, 4 children and 5 grandchildren, and I'm just thankful that um, that I'm that I'm here. I'm still working full time as a nurse, and we are here in Fairbanks, Alaska. I am just even grateful that I started this business 2 years ago, but even more meeting sisters, Hensisong and Lalang Nipis Nesta, Rotuman sisters. Now we have, there's more of us, a lot of us from Fiji, from all over the world, but this one is more special to me because it takes me home. It brings me closer to home. So that is why we started this Go Live, and we are happy to share with you what we have for you tonight. I will not. I will hand over to our first speaker, who will be talking about. Actually, she has the first 2 topics. So now I'll hand over to Sabrina Vayaksia.
Hi, Pauli, Fayaksia. Good evening to everybody you watching us tonight. I bid you good evening. My name is Sabrina Taito. A widow. I have 2 daughters and 6 grandchildren, and I live in Suba. I found this digital business 8 months ago, and I must say that I love this business. Every day is a learning curve. I'm learning new things, and I enjoy the ride. And I am determined to put the effort into my business to make it work for me and my family in the future. Thank you. Do you want me to go straight away to my points?
Yep.
Okay. Again, the theme tonight is the digital world isn't going away. My first talking point, I'm taking 2 talking points today, the first one and the second one. Okay. We'll start right away. Now, my first talking point is why are so many businesses moving online? Why so many businesses are moving online? If you think about it, the internet has come a long way. In the beginning, businesses mainly went online just to have a website and be visible. But today, in this day and age, the digital world has opened up so much more. We can connect, build businesses, reach people around the world, and create income online from wherever we are. Just like in our business. That's an example. And there's about 10 points that I worked up. There are reasons for why businesses are moving online. So I'm going to go right into it. The first point is the reach. The reach, eh? A digital business can reach people beyond its local area and globally without needing a physical presence. So yeah, in our digital business, this the simple progression from technology to internet to a wider reach. That means more potential customers. Second point is the visibility. Digital business increases visibility so people can discover the kind of business that's, the business that's online, even if they've never heard of it before through website. Even if they've never heard of it before. They come across it through websites, social media, search engines, a way to search information on the internet and other digital platforms. So yeah, a business can put its products, services, and message in front of people who may be looking for what it offers. Point number 3, it's the convenience. Customers can interact with a business anytime from anywhere in the world. There is no need to travel to a physical shop or location and wait for opening hours. You can do all of this online. Now, number 4, why businesses are moving online is because the lower overhead costs. These are some businesses can operate without the cost of a traditional physical location. Example, of overhead costs could be, rent of a building, office space, bills, furniture, equipment, and the human resource. Those are the kind of overhead costs that traditional businesses have. But in our online kind of business we're doing, we don't need all that. So that makes it so much easier for us. Now, number 5 is the speed. The speed. When you want to communicate with your business partners or with other companies, for payments, marketing, and customer service, that can happen much faster because of the speed on the internet. Now, the 6th point is scalability. Take, for example, our digital business. we can do one-to-one and one-to-many. In that, I mean, like in a, in our business and even in traditional business, you can meet your customers one-on-one, one-to-one basis. But in our business, we can do that to one-to-one and one-to-many. Okay, one-to-many. The internet can take your marketing or your business to reach all corners of the world across any geographic boundaries. Now, number 7 is the automation, meaning technology can handle repetitive tasks and save time. My 8th point is the customer connection. Through social media and digital platforms allow businesses to connect directly with customers, build relationships, answer questions, receive feedback, and stay connected with their audience. Now, number 9, for data and insights, this is where the business collects information about what customers are interested in. This is very important too for the businesses. Yeah, they collect information about what customers prefer, what customers are interested in, what they buy, what customers buy, and what they respond to, or how they behave. So this information help businesses to make better decisions. Now, the number 10 and the last point on my list is adaptation and staying competitive. In the business world, the digital world keeps changing. The digital world keeps changing, and businesses need to adapt to it. Going digital helps businesses respond to changing customers' expectations, new technology, and new trends, ways of doing business. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the end of my 10 points under my talking point 1. Now we shall move on to talking point 2. Excuse me. Now, my talking point 2 is, are online businesses only for young people? The answer is no, definitely no. I think sometimes when we older people hear the words online business or digital business, we immediately think, that's for young people. That's for the young generation. We often associate young people with technology, social media, and people who grew up with smartphones and computers. But that assumption is what we want to challenge tonight. But why do we have to brush aside learning new technology? Because we think only our children know that. We think our children grew up learning it in school, but we did not. They understand. We think that the children, the younger generation, understand it better. And because of that, we older people, we tend to think, when we come across something like this, we automatically think, no, that's not for me. That kind of business is not for me. I'm too old. I'm not tech savvy. Not for me. But I want to challenge that thinking. A digital business is not about your age. It's about, okay? Let me read that again. A digital business is not about age. Yeah? It's not about you being old or you growing old or what. No, it's about your willingness to learn. Okay? Your willingness to learn. So technology can be learned. We should always remember that. As long as you're a human being and you're alive, we can accept these challenges and learn this. Technology can be learned. Social media can be learned. The different tools and platforms can be learned. And believe me, I'm a very good example of that because I became a business owner at 59 years old. That was 8 months ago. And here I am, 8 months on and counting. I'm still learning. You see, I'm still learning. So listen, I am going to tell you this. Do not disqualify yourself because of your age. We have worked, we have raised families, we've faced challenges, we've made mistakes. We've learned how to communicate with people. We've built relationships. We've developed patience, resilience, and discipline. Those things are very, very, very valuable in any business. And that is experience, life experiences. I'm not talking about a degree or a diploma or a certificate. No. I'm talking about life experiences. We've gone through all that. And that is what we need. Because we have learned all that, and we can easily adapt to learning something new. Okay? So I just want to encourage you tonight. And another thing is, getting on to learn a business like ours, like I mentioned, all these qualities that come with life, all the experiences. And there is another thing too. Don't think to yourself that you have to know everything, that you have to know everything about technology to begin. No, you don't. Okay, just like me, I always use my example when it comes to, our older age, even if in your 40s, 50s, or 60s, or past 60s, you're kind of interested in the business, but you're scared. You're worried that, you might make a mistake. You might get lost while doing it. You don't know how to go about it. But, like I said, the challenge is because we're alive, we can learn. Okay, as long as you are teachable, as long as you have that willingness to learn, you can do it. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to say that that is always the barrier. We always think maybe age is really not the excuse. The excuse there is you not, you're not really willing to learn. But I said, if you're willing to learn, it's easy. So yeah, it is the belief that we are too old to learn something new, that your mindset keep telling you that. I'm telling you this, it's never too late to learn something new, something good, something that's going to bring you a better and brighter future. And last thing I want to say about this digital business, that you can also leave behind a legacy for your children, for your grandchildren, for your loved ones. Okay. And, one day I'm talking like this, but, I'm being optimistic. I want to feel positive. Although I tell myself that I wish I had found this business long time ago, but it's never too late. I found this business 8 months and I'm still going at it. Okay. So in closing, I just like to remind you again, if you are thinking you are too old for any online business, maybe it's time to rethink that. Thank you very much for listening. That's my 2 talking points for tonight. Thank you, host. Over to you. Oh, and just one more thing. If you want to know more about what I've just discussed, what I've just talked about, you can sign up on my website. My website is just below my photo. It's a free sign up, so don't worry about anything. Just sign up first for free and get to learn, watch the videos, and get more information, okay, before you really decide what you want. Okay, thank you for listening. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Sabrina. That was awesome. She covered 2 topics in one sitting, and amazing sharing. I think she covered a whole lot of great points here. And, I just want to go back to that first one where you mentioned why are so many businesses moving online. Just briefly there, um, I'm not going to go through with all that she's mentioned. I'm sure that you have grasped all those points that she has shared, but I just want to say that, businesses communicate with customers through messaging apps now. The reviews for the business, that's how it is known to people, that, oh, when we go to a restaurant, we review the restaurant through the app, and that is digital. And so, moving online doesn't necessarily mean abandoning traditional businesses. It just means business are going where people already are. That's what it is. And for the second topic, are online businesses only for young people? Just a short summary there, and just to recall what Sabrina has mentioned, that willingness to learn and not, not deprive yourself, or think that you cannot do anything at an older age. And that's something that we can challenge, like she said, challenge yourself to do it. We have learned along the way, digital, now, um, people are sharing their, like, the the meetings, they share it through Zoom. That's part of digital. And my question here is, what would you say to someone, how about someone in their 40s or 60s, 50s, 60s, or beyond, who believes they are too old to learn digital skills? And so that is our question for you. She has already shared all this, and great nuggets for our viewers tonight, for Yaxia, Sabrina. And I believe the next point is mine, and that is, can ordinary people really learn digital skills? So let's bring that up. Can ordinary people really learn digital skills? And it's, we always, like she already mentioned part of it, and I'm just gonna share a little bit more on that. Um, and that is, here we go. It's, anyone can do it. We always say anyone can do it. And that's because, you have, here's the question I want to ask you. Have you ever heard someone say, I'm not good with technology, or I'm too old to learn all this? Maybe you've even said it yourself. I did too, when even before I started this online business. I would ask my daughters, how to do certain things, and they would ask, they would help me out until I started, until I started learning this business, and until I found this business actually. And many people believe that digital business are only for, like, Sabrina said, only for young people. And because this is their era, the digital era, and this is for them, they grew up in it. But it doesn't mean that you and I cannot learn, because when you are willing to learn, like Sabrina said, you will definitely learn more things than you ever knew before that. And I can tell that I can say that to myself, because before I started this business, I didn't know that there's certain apps that can help me with my posts, that I can create my content, and and ask an app such as, and I'm sure all viewers here will know, ChatGPT. That is one area you can look up to. It doesn't mean that you do rely on it. You have to, you have to present it in such a way that it will be understood by your viewers. And you know this is the thing. What I'm getting to is that every expert was once a beginner. every expert was once a beginner. And when you look at those that are already successful, they were once a beginner, just like we all did. We all learned the same system. um, and no one is born knowing how to use social media. We were not born in that era. We didn't even have a phone. Like for me, I didn't grow up having a phone. We would, our neighbors, if someone in the neighborhood has a phone, that's a community phone. We would go there and use it to call. And we learned with, we learned, we we adopt to things that we didn't have. But why do we? Because it's the life now. You have to learn to use it, like new phones. Some people like to change to the update their phones to the latest one. Why? Because you get good pictures, because you are able to, um, you will be able to send messages more efficiently, and things like that. And so, um, the the things that you're able to do now, didn't know, like maybe 2 years ago. The things that I'm able to do now, running my business online, learning how to, like the website, creating a website, my business page, all these things. It started with learning. It began with learning. And that's why we always say, if you're willing to learn, you will not go wrong in understanding how to run your own business. And it's not just business for someone else, it is yours. This business is under your name, it's under all of us. That's why you see our website. We all own the business under our name. And that is something that is different from being an employee for me, knowing that, any ordinary people, any ordinary person can do it. Why? Because you don't have to be employed to know how to run the business. One of our panelists here that's not here tonight, she was a full-time mom all her life, and she started this business. So, it doesn't you don't have to, you don't have to get a degree for this. You don't have to have a business background for this. And so each and every one of us here, we have learned the skills, that the training that has been set for us is in such a way that once you are done with it, you you can do this on your own. Not only on your own, you have a great support here. And so I can say more here that, we have already learned many new skills throughout our lives. Why do I say that? We learn how to drive, right? How to use the smartphone. I did say that earlier. How to use online banking, if you have an app, online banking. How to shop online. That's what I did a lot before I even started this business. How to send photos and videos to family. Now it's instant. You take a photo and share it. How to use video calls to connect with loved ones. I've learned that, big time, when my sons left for college, and we had to connect with them every time. These are the things. And families back home, when we moved away from Fiji, these were ways that helped us connect with loved ones, and that we have learned. And so, what is another new thing that you can learn? And this is also an online business. So technology is becoming part of everyday life now, whether you're booking an appointment, whether you are booking your flights. Learning digital skills isn't just about making money online. We can say that. It's about becoming more confident in the world we now live in, this digital era. And so age is not the biggest obstacle, and mindset is. Sabrina has mentioned about age. Mindset is. Like retirees, she's a retiree. Um, you know, Grandparents, I'm a grandparent. Parents learn online. Even here in the medical field, we are connecting, doing telehealth. These are all part of digital. And so the question isn't, can I learn? The better question is, am I willing to learn? Which Sabrina did mention that earlier. And the next point here is, you don't have to know everything to get started. We all didn't know anything about running a business. Um, I think one of us here has done a traditional business at some point. I have never done a business, didn't work any other job except nursing, and that's all I knew. Um, and starting this business was exciting, but it was scary too for me because it's totally different. It's something out of my comfort zone. I was never active on social media. And when I started this business, I knew that, I was serious enough to start sharing on social media. And I remembered it took me a while to practice before I even did and first go live. I had to proofread my posts before I posted. It was something that I learned through school, but I didn't need to do that here in the online space. You just have to be authentic. You just have to be yourself. And I think that is one thing that scared a lot of people, and for me too, when that you don't have to learn everything when you get started. Because why? The training helps us to give us that confidence to know that whatever we share here is somebody, your story can be somebody else's, that it's what someone else is experiencing. So here we are telling our stories, sharing with you here, because we know that this, going back to the topic here, can ordinary people really learn digital skills? Yes. People are posting, people are going live, viral, doing TikToks. They're doing that. But that's not what our business is about. That's why we are saying that as long as you are um, using it with value, having a business, sharing your story, and like we are tonight, that age is not the biggest obstacle, it is your mindset. How you look at earning online and the useful use of social media. And you don't have to know everything. I did mention that. And so I can say here that small progress over time creates remarkable confidence. I was never this confident before I started the business. And I think over time, small progress has led me to a point where I can do a live and, not worry about how I look, um, what I would say, because that's what people are looking for, reality. Your vulnerability, your being yourself is what people want to see. And so that ends my point here, or my topic. Thank you for listening. And like we like to share that, that each and every one of us here, we have our websites, on our names here. And feel free to reach out to us. If you've been following us, or if you're interested, message us. Our websites are here, and that's mine right there. But this is for you, whatever we are sharing. So feel free to reach out. I'm not gonna say anything more, but I'll let the next speaker come on. Thanks again, and that will be, yep, Lily. All right.
Yeah, Mbula, greetings to all the viewers. Everybody still awake or you sleeping? Okay. It's after 2 a.m. my time, so I'm also falling off to sleep. Bula and Nwaya, welcome back to all the viewers. Wherever you're watching us from, please drop it in the comments. We want to see and say hello. If you're still awake, give us a thumbs up or a heart or whatever emoji. My name is Lily, and my father is from Oinafa. My mother is from Laos, so Rotuma, Laos. And I'm number 2 of 6. And my professional background is nursing. 33 years of nursing. Last year, my husband retired. He's American, and we moved to the US. So this is my home away from home. Yes, I'm a wife, a mom of 2, a son and a daughter, and currently enjoying my full-time housewife. And I started this business last year, and I'm enjoying it. Nothing is perfect in this world. Even the sanitizer says 99.9%. So nothing is 100%. Just like this business, the grind is real, the struggle is real, the challenges are real. And you know what? The 5 beautiful faces you see on the screen, we're all real. So the business is real, okay? So back to business. If you are awake, say something. We want to see if you're awake. So my topic tonight, how is technology changing the way people earn? You know, things were already changing to answer that question. But you know what made everything so visible? Anybody can guess? Drop it in the comments. Yes, no? COVID-19, right? COVID-19 brought everything, boom. That's when we were challenged with social distancing, isolation. That's when people realize you don't have to go to work. You can just work from home if you can. You can teach from home. You can go to school from home. I'm back to school. I'm here, but school is in Fiji. But see, you see how I'm still going to school? I'm not appearing as a person. But COVID-19 is what changed everything. And, you know, most people that are successful in this business, they all started during that time. You know, too bad for us. We started post COVID. So maybe we'll make another COVID 26, Sabrina, and then it will be our era. Okay. So the question is, it's not whether technology is changing the way people earn. It already has, you know, whether you like it or not. The main thing I want to share with us tonight is the question is, are we willing to learn to grow with it? Meaning, you just have to adapt. Eh? Ikaw binakati si Senga. It's here to stay. You just have to find a way to adapt, you know. Look at the good side of it, you know. The new currency is online, you know. It's the digital world. That's the new currency that we have discovered in a form of online business. So we have found a way to adapt, and I don't want to make it too confusing. That's the only point I want to highlight to us tonight. I found a way to adapt, you know, because technology has changed our world in many ways, whether we like it or not, in a good and bad way, but take the good way and build from it. So I truly believe that learning new skills has been one of the best investments that I and you can make for the future using the technology. You know, just adapt and ride with the waves. So thank you. And if you've been following me, my website, I know the host has shown my website, you know, follow me for more good news. Go to my social media page. I have Instagram, Facebook, and Cascabre, and you know, sign up there for free. You know, it's free. You're not in the business yet. Sign up for free and watch all the, you know, informational videos there and learn and connect with me if you have any questions. Shout out to everybody that's following us for Yaxia, and come back next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Lily. Yeah, that is so true. You just have to adapt. That's simply as is. Adapt to this new era. Without further ado, I will invite our next panelist here, and I'll have her introduce herself.
Set.
Yep.
Bolavinaka, everyone. Very good evening. Noah here. Now I'm learning to greet you all too in my husband's dialect. My name is Wati Sisaro. I'm from Ketei, Totoya in Laos. Married to a Rotuman. He's from Chuchu Rotuma, have maternal links in Itumuta. We have two beautiful daughters. We live here in Fiji. Currently, I'm here in Lotaka with my family. But due to work and studying, we live in Suva. Just because it's the weekend, I brought my husband down yesterday to come and spend the weekend with my two girls, and then he'll go back Monday. I am a full-time working mom. I have a science background. I work as a lab technician in a commercial lab at USP. And I also am doing part-time studies, currently furthering doing a postgrad in chemistry. Yes, I think that's probably a short introduction about myself. Moving on to my question, why learning digital skills is becoming a life skill. Something I learned over the years. Back when I was still in high school, something that my English teacher used to tell me is we are coming towards an era that's inevitable. The word that she used was inevitable. So change is inevitable. Going on to this era where we are moving into a digital era, it's inevitable. Uh, we simply need to adapt, just adapt to the changes. We cannot change or say otherwise that, we don't need the digital world. No, we simply just need to adapt, as Lily has mentioned already. So yes, having digital skills, it is a baseline requirement. Um, in the modern world, a lot of things that has changed is usually because of the role of digital literacy. Something that we need to educate ourselves is digital literacy. So learning digital skill or having that skill on board would mean that it's simply just like other things that you learn for the very first time. This is just an added on what? A coat? Just like how you bake a cake, you have the frosting on top and then you have some sprinkles on top. So this is just like the coating to it. Having this digital skill is just an added on value to how you can better carry out your business, that would work around your schedule. 3 points that I want to highlight concerning this question. The very first one is how having this digital skill would help you connect with family and friends and finding news or rapid news faster. I think Sabrina had mentioned it already. Lily had also mentioned little about how we connect with family and friends using simply your video call. With a press of a button, you are able to virtually see that person. And you can also connect with that person. The second point is how convenient it is to pay your bills and do shopping online. I know abroad that you can also do DoorDash. You can order readily food, dinner, lunch, whatever it is, and then it'll be dropped off at your doorstep. Fiji is slowly moving into that era as well. We have what do they have in Suva? The small cuts that.
We have Uber Eats in Suva.
Yes, we have Uber Eats and oh my goodness, I have used it already, but now the the their services have just slipped out of my mind. Anyways, yes, so we have streamlined utility payment. There's a convenient consumer retail. So I'll just share an example regarding the paying bills part. Uh, I'm just 4 months in the business. 3 months ago, when I had actually purchased my product for the business. So in Fiji, there's a certain limit with a bank. So I didn't even have to go to the bank to make an appointment to increase my limit via using internet banking. I simply had to make a phone call, and the person that relayed the message over the phone, she said, you simply have to just put send an email, a bank mail, stating the reason why you want an increase in your limit and for how long, and then you just put in the figure that you want it increased to. So that's how convenient paying bills online or like in this digital era. Moving on, the third one is keeping a safety identity from the online tricks and scam. So when you have a digital literacy, you also protect or you have a shield for your personal identity. Um, Against cyber criminals or the scammers that we have that start having these phishing attempts onto people. Sometimes they make fake profiles and use the ladies' faces and start phishing them for money. Everything comes back down to money. So one thing is being digitally aware helps you spot red flags in the digital world. So it's a life skill. It's just like how you are taking a kid to cross the road, how you teach them to look to the left, look to the right. The same thing. It's almost as if you're just teaching something added on to that person that they can take care of themselves before they cross the road. You know, they use the zebra crossing, they look to the left, they look to the right before they cross, see that the road is clear, and then they cross the road. So the same thing is when you have this skill, it sort of keeps you aware that you are able to look at an account, you are able to spot that, oh, that account just created a few weeks ago or a few days ago. That's not a genuine account, you know, like how the ladies were mentioning, they want to see the real you. You know how vulnerable you can be or how genuine you actually uh, when you are talking about the business, the digital business. Yes, so understanding digital security would prevent any sort of unauthorized access. uh, my last story, added example to that. A few weeks ago, my sister had asked, she's in high school, she had asked if she could use my account, use my bank details to buy Robux. It's sort of like a internet game that the kids go on. It's called a Roblox. But in order to upgrade some things on the game, they need to purchase some Robux. So she asked if she could use my card. While asking, I was already aware that she was going to use it, but I did not know that she had multiple taps using my card. And I received a notification via internet, the bank app, stating that I have unauthorized access tapping so many times, trying to purchase from the US Google Roblox uh, um, system altogether. When I saw that, I had messaged her, and she's like, "Yes, I had tapped it once. It did not go through. Then I tried it again." So I told her, you know, when you do those small things, it actually gets picked up. So you are made aware of unauthorized access. So I had to email them to please allow that transfer because I have authorized it and I am aware of that access to my bank details. Yes, so that's probably one example that I could share about how you can understand all these, having the digital skills. Yes, but if you would like to learn more, please do not hesitate to log on to the ladies' websites that's on here. And yes, I hope to see you all again next week. And make sure you drop in the comments where you're watching in from, or whether you're still wide awake with us. Yes, thank you very much. Over to you, host.
Minakawachi, thank you so much for those great examples, because that's reality with the digital era. Even apps scanning, nowadays we are asked to scan this so that you can have access to this. And you gave us these are real stories, guys. Our viewers tonight, these are real stories. And that is what we want you to hear, that the experiences that we have and learning becoming digital skills, learning these digital skills, it has given us that awareness. Even for me, when I can just share here that my husband had asked me, "Do you know this person?" And then I said, "Why?" Because they add friend. So here's, these are examples that we can be aware of. And I said, "Well, go into their profile and look for, if it is a newly created account, if it is only two friends, and you scroll down, and if their profile only reaches five photos and it stops, that is not a genuine one." So those things that we are now aware of, which I never knew, and I'm sure each and every one of us here can agree to that we are now aware, that that we have to look for those things, the left and right, everywhere, to make sure that someone's not fishing, right? And yeah, thank you, Wachi. Some really great nuggets. We are happy that to hear that, and I'm sure our viewers are even more. Our last panelist here, I'm gonna hand over to her. Harrietta, this is next. You are next.
Alexa, towards Arieta. Now we're back to Rotuma. I'm taking us back to Rotuma. Okay. Nuhene nuhene malhaha, hene malhaha, dumuto inafa, pagi pakupa malhaha, malehe lehe fol, ngare faknes fol mo ni fiti, mate e telefone fo hack, ngomato te iwa, no joint business ma fo beef bahia, no waktu pemahasilan dari pengertian isi what opportunities might we miss if we never explore. Dan isi point ilion mulai yang ekata ela pola miss resilient without working more hours ne itu ela pola create something once faxe training guide system may even sell again and again Monilia set up faxe only $27 resource one weekend. 2 years later, it's still patient. I'll need more say, I'll need spend time with the family. Poi nine term ecco ngaruhe makuta elme kiti emoso eli ini la ria tendare ini ngaruhe awa back mama tendare fu no kaya ri online awa back mama tem kuin no den ruin resi ela nata faxino ela nata example ela race malha ela pukilia malha ela ela pukilia ka ekinte ngaruhe
Harrietta, can I just interrupt? I think you're static. Try and move closer for Exia.
Okay. Faxite ela for clients worldwide ngaruhe online Kele ngote California kan po to buy si Fiji. Skill da, just one skill, ka audience season kat is online, o best customer, may exist kaya kan kaya sa ayan nila tuloy no online. Okay, pwede din full pare. Ela miss the answers in the guesswork the online to click ignore drop off kalau guess what is the slow ignore numbers of facts kung mau headline kung chain fix no views when the heck pula miss testing ideas for cheap actually business it'll cost you or renter or pay for water or the stocks makin business online is my price just your lunch money. I mean, post something online, short video about the service or $10 ad. If nobody cares, may save the months. I watch the no family watch it's worth rema ya oi ku electoral ma oi ka still in business these ideas at the core it feel big risk online te ala pola maknya ka save ma o steps la kama ma scaling arue ameke de point de leave miss building assets na term avat kini team online digital o piece ni content system nila harus no job space you want and I Monday I do Monday na Monday nga sala no kay pura factor zero I do set price ya kapula famuri la rei machuin Kelsey video ma oi phone ni vaccine ma oi ni famuri ki tau firma helum sen iti na surma nakates online napakse kanat zero ini ho faksi web online ma stack marami ma oi ni phone ma oi ni eri folder sila pula term la dulu ihin it's more like you do the work once it keeps paying you back karena online never own any like start over let me say without online mistake come without extra hours of customers outside your area you get customers outside of your area real data no guesses safety testing assets na pula pay later kalanari tiagwai ini first kita bauyan po no marang the skill cost one piece of value one system Rista fine Rista pay ka full of this Mulai tema anek memia home si isa aswati di pente ya
Extra Hareta, thank you for sharing that. For our viewers tonight, if it is static, I hope that you have caught on to a couple of the points, great points that Hareta has shared. For thank you for your patience. This is a digital online business. There are times when our internet may not be functioning as we expect them to, especially in times when we want to go live. It could be static, but you know what? We show up, and that is the thing about this business. We show up because we want you to be informed. We want you to have an informed decision when it comes to a time where you want to take the next step if you've been thinking about it. And just going back to her topic, what opportunities might we miss if we never explore, right? This is the biggest question for the night, because exploring doesn't mean saying yes to everything. We explore, you become curious, just like you are here tonight with us. You are curious because you want to learn more about what we've been sharing all this time every week. um, and exploring means being willing to learn before deciding. So just like each and every one of us here, what we have shared, we needed that informed decision to take this step. And for many of us, like Hareta is saying, you can the change that will happen. Imagine if you are someone that has been working so hard, you've given all your time at work, uh, maybe the last 10 years, and nothing changed. Now, this is something that we know that when we invest in it, our business, something will definitely change. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week, maybe not next year, but it is something that is building, that it will change the next 10 years. In the next 10 years, then you are going to thank yourself for exploring something that is of value, what we are sharing with you that is of value. And having that informed decision is why we wanted to share with you what opportunities might we miss. You might miss not having to change your situation in the next 2, 5, 10 years. You may miss out on that. And also, you if you're at and if you explore it, like we always say, if you explore it and if it is not for you, it's okay. It's okay, because then you are informed. Now you know, okay, this is probably not for me. Because to be honest here, the reality is the business is not for everyone. But we are saying that if you are serious about it, if you are someone that is wanting to learn, that it has that, that has a why, a big why you want to change your situation now, and change it, that in the next 5, 10 years, your situation will be different. So that is why we say, the opportunities that you will miss. Um, for those of us that worked long shifts, I've worked, night shifts, missing opportunities. Those are the opportunities that I've missed with loved ones. And like I'm just giving my example. I've switched to working a clinic job because now I have time with family. That work-life balance, that if you are looking for that, that is why we want you to explore and see. This business has brought people to work from home. Some are like me, full time, and still building this on the side. Some have retired doing this business. And like Lily said, that everything changed in 2020. People that that never knew they could earn online, they found this opportunity to earn online and have more time with family. Those are the things that you will miss, if you're not willing to explore. And so, more to that, you know and if you don't understand yet, it's okay. Keep coming back. Like we always say, keep coming back, hear our stories, hear the things that we have to say, reach out to each and every one of us, and tell us, can you explain more on what you just talked about on Friday? Can you tell me, how can I start if you're someone that is now making that decision? And tell me more, or say I'm interested. We are here to share the things that we have learned, we have seen, and we are now growing in the business, and we are willing to share with you. And you have heard that, we all look back at our own journeys, the opportunities that we have seen, the opportunities that we have missed, not having to make a decision earlier, like Sabrina said. She wished she had found this before. That is what we mean by missing the opportunity. If we had seen this earlier, we would be, maybe I wouldn't be working. I would retire early, like a lot of those who are already in our business community who have. And that is definitely my goal. And everyone here has their big whys. They have their reasons why we started the business. And so, in closing here, let me just take that off the screen. As we close tonight, I want to leave everyone with this thought. We don't have to choose between honoring where we come from, uh, you know, preparing for where the world is going with this digital era. We can do both. Like we have sisters here who are in Fiji, some of us here in the US, but we are in different states in the US. We are in different time zones. Lily is like, it's already after 2 a.m. For me, it's after midnight now. And so, you can do both. We can preserve our culture, where we come from, the work that we do, and even explore something that we have started. We can even teach our children, that this is something that is doable. Someone here mentioned that it is a legacy that you can pass on. And we can remain grounded where we are and also be authentic here. We're sharing with value, and also helping others do the same. That is why we are here. We are here to help others realize that you can explore. You can, everything is online now, and no matter the age, it's not a limit, it's the mindset, right? And some big words here that we want to share is that, to be adaptable, um, and to be willing to learn, and preparing ourselves for the future. We've shared this before, and all of us here, we were all raised in the islands. Our parents didn't teach us to become business owners. We were told to go to school, work hard, find a good job and take care of yourself. But having this business is like what Wachi said, it's an added sprinkle to the cake. It's something added to what you already know, what you already have, and it takes us to learn to be able to add all those extra skills that we are now learning here, the technology that we are in, and the digital world isn't going away. We want to say that again. So instead of being afraid of it, perhaps we can ask, what can I learn today that could give me more choices tomorrow, right? What can I learn today that will give me more choices tomorrow? Small steps do matter. One new skill at a time, one conversation, one question, one decision to learn something unfamiliar. And you never know which small step may open a complete different door, right? And so that ends our live tonight. Thank you all for listening. Noaya Hanisi, thank you for your patience, everyone. Thank you, Wachi, for joining us, and we hope you'll stay with us every week and invite another friend. So stay rooted, everyone. Stay blessed. You all have a blessed weekend. For your Excellency Singer, for your time in sharing tonight. Yeah. God bless you all.
Good.
Ode.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for and thank you for everybody.
Yeah.
Bye. Good night.
Good night.